these recordings and he needs to pull them all together. And in some instance, I just kind of held my hand out practically straight, and I just went, and probably like a half pound tap against his cheek while he was blowing out his weed smoke. And I was smoking too, so it was odd. But anyway, he fucking freaked out and pushed me back and grabbed a bicycle, and he was getting ready to throw it on me, and then he paused, right? And then he said it's because he thought that I looked like I was just into it, like I was just trying to antagonize him such that he would beat the fuck out of me. But he didn't. And I was glad that he did, because that wasn't my goal, right? I was just kind of like, to me, I was like, hey man, you're this old bone. Just want to let you know that everyone here right, and what I told you in the first place was like a secondary read. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm probably not there.
What the fuck?
Too much to
what kind of calls that? Those shit, I didn't even bake with those people.
The guy that undercut me, right? So there's three of us, right? So that's Mike, and the guy that I tapped his name O, and then I'm Mike also, right? Or I'm Mike, or Ike in this case.
So you like tap that ass?
Oh, what's wrong with him?
No, yeah, these are like fighting things. But anyway, the whole point was that the band guys felt like a gay dominance association with getting our evil band together. And
this
I
is your
call
destiny.
It evil band, like a low spirit band.
You will find true love. But
it's because I'm destructured in my tempos when I drum and I do bongos. So I'm like the drummer that carries the melody.
Cracked hot.
Okay,
So my point is this. So if we had a band, I wouldn't want any fucking high five, and I wouldn't want any chorus line. I don't need any hugs. I don't need any fucking touch whatsoever. And that is be different than being a Zoom band.
Your unity with a man.
Yeah, I think I would like.
I wouldn't want anyone stepping on my feet.
I don't want anyone
biggest
to punch me in the face.
No, I mean, I'm not.
You will be married.
In the face.
You will be supremely happy.
Well, I'm adding with something specific for me, right?
Yeah,
which is I have these surgically feet, right? The idea.
Your unity with a man will come. You will be married. You will be supremely happy. And you will have a family.
Trying to invade my space or step on my feet by accident.
Sorry to hear, darling. However, this is your destiny. You will find true love. The crack heart allows the light to shine. The unity with a man will come. You will be married. You will be supremely happy. And you will have a family.
Wait, so are you homophobic?
You are gay.
I'm not homophobic as much as I'm homo-dominant. I'm homo.
We're playing an awesome set.
I'm homophobic in the domain of a sadist, right? A sadist.
You are gay.
So sado-homophobic.
Who's gay? You should know you're gay.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
I ain't gay no more. I don't want to take mans out on dates.
I'm squeezing butts, man. We rock out. I'm squeezing asses and giving hugs, man.
and that's why I'm all about the Zoom band.
What? Get the fuck out of here. We gotta get you out of the house, man. What the blood shot, bro? Let's put the band together, and we shall call it the Transformers. Autobots, assume the position. That's a symbol.
Well, now, Lewis, you've never been in prison for an extended
Call it
period of time,
Voltron.
have you?
Well, no.
Okay, just so we know what we're talking about. That the fact that you have not been.
I've done jail time for some stupid shit, but
jail, not prison, is definitely
prison.
9 months. You have to do 9 months. But I
did about 9 hours once.
I did. You know what? I did 4 days. I did 5 days.
4 days is
that's pretty bad. Orderly conduct, bro. Because I went in and I was like, I was messing with the lady guards, whatever they are, the COs, and I was, you're looking cute. And she was like, you want to be smart, do you? And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you're gonna be here for a while. Disorderly conduct. I was supposed to be out within like fucking 45 minutes because you're not guilty. They hold you.
Right. So you were having like a manic episode.
Dude, I was not having a manic episode. I just fucking. I told a cop that she looked like Monique, which I thought was attractive. And then the other guy, little short white guy, didn't like the fact that he said that was disrespectful. I told him to suck my dick. It's not disrespectful.
Yeah, you're not guilty just because they fucking threw you in the can.
Yeah, exactly.
However the fuck you want.
Yeah, right. But they kept me for 5 fucking days. I signed all my paperwork under Lucifer and put the middle finger up when they took pictures. They lied to coerce. It was like, oh, you have to go through this machine. I get to the FBI fingerprint shit, and I was like, I don't have. You know what? Just fuck it. You know, I'm just collecting data. So I'm glad I went through it. I'm not mad because I needed to go through that so I could collect data. So I
but Lucifer, you didn't butt fuck or get butt fucked or face fucked.
No, man, no.
So. There we go.
I created a lot of allies in there, though. A lot of guys, you know. I told them to wait for my name on the marquee lights, so they'll be coming to the shows and shit.
What happens if you had an unresolved fear that a sadist was attempting to dominate you, such that, like in a prison cell, you would be like if you were beat down and raped, right? That you're trying to like prevent that from being that which I guess you would say, you know, a Lucifer's angel only approximates a Lucifer, and a Lucifer would have that sort of rape power, I guess.
I really with the rape.
Can I say that? I'm just, you know, I'm trying to show the power.
Yes, I have the power to
Hey, Joe, what's that?
Capitalism, I heard.
Joe,
what do you mean? What's going on with capitalism? Yeah, rumor me out, or whatever.
Rumor us out.
There's concrete's chopping me up.
Wait, what is that? A gerbil?
That's one of my hamsters, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy.
Hey, does that hamster answer to Dorothy?
Actually, yeah. When I go Dorothy, she'll stop and turn and look at me, and it's weird.
Do you think that a hamster knows it's a hamster?
The love is so good.
No, I was going to ask you about that.
Sorry
to hear, darling.
However, this is your destiny.
People are going to run and rape heterosexual.
Again, I got to leave.
The unity with the man will come. You will be married. You will be supremely happy.
Fucking stop it.
Well, I'm just asking. I was asking what was the gossip? What was the gossip?
What's up, dude?
Brought it up.
What's up, guys? Good morning.
Joanna. You're welcome.
No, I don't want to hear.
Respect. She's a spiritualist.
Thank you. I'll be back when I leave.
Wow, sounds like she likes you,
Well, yeah, she does. But she obviously heard bad news, and then for me to mention that out of context, like she came in after the whole pre-story right thing.
Did you hear the bad news, guys?
What's the bad news?
Trump has basically taken himself out of the race.
What? No way.
No, that's just fake news.
There was a room title in here yesterday that said Trump got shot again. I was like, wow, fucking troll bastards. I went in there, I was like, false alarm. Amazing how just reading a sentence for a second, you believe it.
I mean, it doesn't take much to circulate something around here, especially anywhere, really. You can just send an email to a journalist, and if it sounds meaty, they'll roll with it. Start the fire. Release the Kraken. So, okay.
Man, I was totally
let's put the band together, guys. I'm going to put a band together with or without you. With or without you.
Well, look, can you come in like Blues Brothers to the diner I work at?
That's all. That's the Blues Brothers.
She better think.
And Aykroyd.
Before I join that. The Blues for Jake and Elwood.
Oh, yo, check this out. Look at this. You guys gonna laugh. Where's my picture? I had it up before. Soul. The Soul Brothers. Where is it at?
He's the name of a band that was called the Chipmunk Brothers.
Soul Sister, Full Sister. And are you guys a big hair? Is it a big hair band? Or
dude, it's like it's a free spirit band, like righteous, like fucking just badass.
It's time for a band.
It's time, bro. It's time.
Have you guys ate oxtails?
I have not done that yet, nor have I sacrificed a cat.
You gotta look deep into the PTR. You can see my image on the other side of it. It's fucking dope.
Okay, so after you guys have settled in, I'm going to read to you a chapter from the Tarot book by Lon Milo DeQuetti. You guys can choose which symbol. You can choose which glyph you want. It's the Fool, the Magus, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Adjustment, the Hermit, Fortune, Hanged Man.
Are you going to read? Are you going to do a tarot reading?
The Magus.
You want to hear the Magus? So there's Death, Art. We did the Devil yesterday, Lucifer. You heard the Devil yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, I heard that.
The Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, the Eon, the Universe. I was thinking about the Sun.
The Universe.
Well, we have Hermes here. Do you want to hear the Hermit instead?
Oh, okay, yeah. That one can work there too.
Okay, this is the Hermit. So this is a love, art, joy, incorporated hypnosis. Take the deepest breath of the day through your nose and hold it for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. The prophet of the eternal, the Magus of the voice of power, zodiacal trump of Virgo. Mercury rules, Mercury exalted, original design wrapped in a cloak and cowl. An ancient walketh, bearing a lamp and staff, before him goeth upright the royal Uraeus serpent. Hebrew letter Yod, hand. Tree of life, path 20, joining chesed, mercy, to Tifereth, beauty. Colors, greenish, yellow, slate gray, green gray, plum color. Wander alone, bearing the light and thy staff. Be the light, so bright, that no man seeth thee. Be not moved by aught without or within. Keep silence in all ways. Why don't you like my egg question? Is it because you don't know the answer? Harris de Crowley, November 30th, 1939. By now you are probably tired of hearing me talk about the special virtues inherent in the element earth. You probably think you've heard enough about how humble Earth is uniquely connected to spirit, and how it helps regenerate the highest high because of the simple fact that it is the lowest low. Well, get ready to hear some more, because we are not through yet. As a matter of fact, in the pages that follow, you are going to get some pretty big doses of this doctrinal medicine that Crowley calls the climax of the descent into matter. Why is it so important for you to keep taking this medicine? First of all, because it will help you understand the living nature of tarot. More important, however, because you are the grand climax of the descent into matter. I have tried to organize the material of this book so that by the time you read about the last card of the tarot, the 10 discs, you will be armed with enough occult knowledge to comprehend the great magic that takes place there. It is a process that Crowley calls the mode of fulfillment of the great work. I'm sure you wouldn't do this, but if you were to turn to the back of this book and read what I have written about the 10 of discs, you would learn, albeit prematurely, that the 3 key cosmic players that are responsible for creating that mode of fulfillment of the great work are Earth, Mercury, and the Sun. That shouldn't surprise you, really. After all, Earth is that special lowest of the low element you're getting so tired of hearing about. Tarot is the province of Thoth Mercury. And the Sun is the secret seed of universal life that we know was going to be so important since we first saw it radiating from in front of the fool's groin. Earth, Mercury, and the Sun have their first important strategy meeting in Atu 9, the Hermit. Just look at how Earth, Mercury, and the Sun come together in the Hermit. He represents the zodiac sign of Virgo. Virgo is the mutable sign of Earth. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is exalted in Virgo. The hermit carries the lamp of the sun with which he gives his light to the world. It's as simple as that. We've met the hermit once before as the hooded figure that officiates at the royal wedding in Atu 6, The Lovers. And while he is sexually ambivalent, he is indeed a he, and an important expression of male creative energy. The Hebrew letter sacred to Virgo and the hermit is Yod, the 10th letter, and the first and supreme letter in YHVH, Yahweh. In a very real way, the tiny flame of Yod is the fundamental Hebrew letter. All the other letters are created from this basic form. As the hidden seed of the Hebrew alphabet, Yod also symbolizes the mystery of sperm, the hidden seed, an essential secret of fertilization. See how the hermit stares at the Orphic egg? If I were that egg, I'd be nervous, Crowley writes in this trump. In this trump is shown the entire mystery of life in its most secret workings. While, in my opinion, this remains true, we have to remember that Crowley died before the discovery of DNA, and so his understanding of biology was naturally incomplete and based upon obsolete doctrines and theories. There is, however, an abundance of images in this card to handily accommodate more recent scientific discoveries, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell us this card is loaded. Let's see how Harris graphically handles all of this. First of all, the figure of the hermit himself is one big symbolized Yod. He sports the ibis head of Thoth Mercury. The only visible part is his hand, Yod in Hebrew. He stands in the fertile field of wheat, the heavy-headed shafts suggestive of sperm. He carries the lamp of the sun. He is dogged by Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of the gates of the underworld, whom Hermes Mercury tamed with honey cakes during his mission to rescue Persephone from Hades. Perhaps the most intriguing image on the card is what appears to be a wriggling sperm cell in the lower left corner. Actually, it is the homunculus image, first drawn in 1694 by Nicholas Hartsoecker, a noted advocate of the long discredited theory of reproduction called the principle of spermist preformation. If you look closely at the head of the homunculus, you will see a large-headed baby curled in the fetal position. While this concept is based upon biologically inaccurate science, it expresses the more universal and magically correct doctrine of correspondence. As above, so below. You may find it rewarding to study the hermit trump in connection with Atu 15, the devil. So the hermit is Hermes. And again, he carries the light. So he's the light bearer, the illuminator, the speaker. And that's what Hermes Thoth Trismegistus deals with: communication, technology, science, distribution, misinformation, politics. You know, Nancy Pelosi wears the rod of the caduceus on her lapel. They understand these hermetic axioms, aphorisms, and this philosophy, this universal philosophy. Kamala, the name, Kam Anya, or Calm Allah, and backwards it's Alamak, God is great, and she's Harris, the Lady Frida Harris. She is the Babylonian witch. She is the Babylonian mystery goddess. So that is how wrapped up America is in the occult, in my opinion.
I just started filming these occult films. This guy that has these previous films, and now I find out how I'm layered in association. And they're campy horror films. Like I was just stabbing myself, and another one I'm getting like beat up and cut up and resurrecting in a dream and all sorts of other shit. And then he's got these meth junkies. The characters are moving under a specific thing, and I'm in procession in a way, in associative procession with them. Like we're all moving in the same direction from underneath the same clock. These people, and so I come walking into accepting the script, right, not knowing, right, but he refers to it as the family. Welcome to the family, right, the actor's family, and And so it's a fairly limited cast. You know, it doesn't seem like it's extending out. I mean, maximum he had 30 people, you know, in a film. On average, they're like it's a smaller, like less than 10 per multiple vignettes.
Let's welcome some other speakers. Mike, Angel, Adam.
Must be high.
Yeah, I think it's important to have new speakers. Angela, what do you want to say?
I want to say good morning, first of all, everyone. I don't know what the topic of the room is, so I want to just listen to see what you guys are talking about.
Adam, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, same here. I don't know what you're talking about, guys, so good morning. I'm going to listen to you.
Is Magus possible to read? Is that one negative and associated with the devil like the hermit, or is Magus not associated with the devil?
Magus is a magician.
Right, but I didn't know the association.
But it is good to have in a room, for you to make a room where you actually talk normal and you don't just clown around or hypnotize love, so it's good.
Well, I hope you can talk without like your crying voice. You know, try to speak clearly, succinctly, no crying in your tone, no broken, you know, nagging mom voice. Okay, Angela, please. If you're gonna speech police me, tone police me, I'm gonna tone police you. No crybaby voices.
I'm not tone policing you. I'm just saying it's good to have a room where you talk like a normal human being. I hope it stays that way.
Okay, tone cop.
She's met a lot of gypsy vendors on the street like myself, so I appreciate that. Thanks.
So we were reading a chapter from the tarot book that I have on the Hermit, because Hermes is here, and Angela, the takeaway is that Hermes Thoth Trismegistus is tied into Mercury, the sun, and the earth, and that in ancient Egyptology, Thoth was like a monkey king philosopher. But I think it's all just a metaphor for the fact that we are like talking apes, and that when you learn the symbols of the universe, it should, you know, amplify your consciousness, expand your consciousness, and make you smarter and take you one further step out of this ape-like existence that so many of us are living.
I need to bring up single-handedly large furniture from the basement, so I'm going to go on mute for a second.
You just reminded me I need to up my monkey life insurance policy.
I did my psychic reading. It sucked.
How was a $50 psychic reading?
It was gay. It was fucking whack.
That's what I was getting away from with Lucifer's band.
I wish I could tell this bitch I gotta go to the ATM, but I fucking told her I was gonna Venmo her. Should I just not Venmo her?
So how did it go?
It sucked. It was gay.
Send her $5 and tell her thanks for the coupon.
No, it's a Zadaka. You know, that's the whole thing, is like you're disappointed in it, but just make the Zadaka and say God bless, and then all will be well.
I told her I was going to pay her. I mean, I'm not going to not pay her. But it was basically what I expected. I mean, I don't know what I should be expecting from this stupid shit.
You're looking for catharsis, and you didn't get it.
Right.
Just go jerk off and take a nap. You'll feel much better.
Exactly. I'm going to go to the gym. That's the only answer. It's all about avoiding the gym, and the only answer is really the gym.
It's sort of true. Because when you come back from the gym, everything becomes normally operating and functioning again, especially the next day after you get a good night's sleep.
Except when you pull a muscle and then you're in pain.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't overdo it. I see people at the gym doing all kinds of stupid movements. I'm like, you know, you're coming here and you're fucking your body up. You're supposed to come here and just move naturally. You need resistance and cardio, but you don't need to do what you're doing. Like you're hurting yourself doing what you're doing. You're retarded.
Yeah, sometimes even the best of us don't know when we overdo it. I only do hot yoga lately. I've been doing only hot yoga, but I managed to hurt my shoulder by doing crazy push-ups and handstands. So now I can't go to yoga anymore for a while.
Yeah. I was digging a hole with a shovel. I was burying a neighbor. Oops, did I say that out loud? I was actually working in my garden, and I was like using the shovel and banging into this like rotten stump. And then the next day I was like, holy fuck, my hand is killing me. And I was like, oh my God, it was from fucking bashing that shovel into the ground a dozen times.
How do I make chocolate chip cookie dough or any kind of cookie dough from stuff I have in the house?
You got to know the ingredients, right?
Okay, flour, baking soda, butter, sugar.
Vanilla.
Brown sugar if you have.
Eggs.
Okay,
flour. There's a lot, Why don't you just buy a pre-rolled cookie dough? Those are so much easier.
Because I'm playing a game because food is so expensive. Of how I can eat without buying food.
I heard somebody complaining that a cheeseburgers is $25. It's like, okay, well, do you want like a $6 cheeseburger? Because do you know what the size of a $6 cheeseburger is? It's like, it's a nothing. It's like go to the grocery store and calculate shit out, and then figure out. Don't complain. A restaurant wants to make a margin, right? So it's like go to the grocery store, figure out how much it would cost you to make that shit, and that's still retail.
Yeah. So I'm only eating from the dollar store. It's gonna try for a week.
I'm sorry,
terrible.
Joanna. That's terrible.
I'm okay. It's just I'm gonna try it.
You're gonna try it. You're gonna live off of fake food.
Lots of.
I hope you're gonna get out there and vote Trump on the 5th.
Yeah, vote Trump. Vote Trump and go to the gym, fatties.
But you're an American. You can vote whoever you
No,
want.
Joanna, you must vote Trump.
Because you don't want to be attacked either way.
I look at the picture. That actor. Oh, don't tell me. He is not Telly Savalas.
Telly Savalas.
Jack Klugman?
No, it's not Jack Klugman. I know Jack Klugman. He lived in Nyack.
I drove his son around Hollywood Hills.
David? His son David?
Well, just once, because he actually was on some shit, according to the guy that it was two of us, Will De Los Santos, who wrote the movie Spun, which is a methamphetamine movie, and Jack Klugman's son was apparently on some junk. I'm assuming it's David. I don't want to. And he looked just like a small Jack Klugman.
That's David. It's my
friend. Oh, well, anyway, this was back in the 2000s. I was just driving Will De Los Santos around, and so he knew it. He was just wanting to say hi, and then we gave him a lift somewhere up around Mulholland.
That's like the most boring story I ever heard in my life.
Thanks.
David Klugman is my friend. Wife Carol, very dear friends of mine. They're in the medical field. They're therapists. They're psychotherapists.
Oh, for Christ.
And I look at them. Sounds good.
Well, just ask him if he knows about the movie Spun or Will De Los Santos.
Nah, I'm not going to ask him.
Okay, don't ask him.
Come to Nyack. It's a really nice artsy town.
I'm just staring at this.
What about the movie Spun?
It when it was produced, it had more clips in it than any other movie that was ever made in terms of its fast.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of anxiety. It made me want to vomit.
Which compared to Train Spotting, Spun, I believe, was a pretty good, janky comedy.
Watching that movie was like what I imagine it's like to be on meth.
Right. It had that too. That's what I thought was great about the guy. He was, I guess I won't go into more detail
That actor is right on the tip of my tongue.
Jason Leguizamo is in it. Brittany Murphy, before she died, was in it.
Was killed. Oh, I have to ask a love question. Or anyone here. I watched The Illusionist this morning for the first time. It's actually a love story. I loved it so. I want someone to love me in such a way. I did ask you out, I remember, once or twice, and you said yes.
Yeah, well, I'm only like 1,500 miles away from you.
You ever hear of airports?
I have, and something told me to go to Williamsburg. I had a sign that said Williamsburg, right? And you're got to be close to Williamsburg.
Never heard of it. Is that in Georgia or down south?
Well, there's one in Virginia, but I'm talking about Brooklyn. There's a Williamsburg. I swear it's a suburb of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Here in Queens.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I have reason to. You're matching up in symbolism as well. And then I could take you and I could buy all the sunflower seeds at every dollar store that there is. And I would make certain that you maintained your consistency of diet, right? Because you want to be on the dollar store diet. And then we could film it and it would compete with the McDonald's.
Broccoli, they have frozen fruit. They have a frozen section.
Can you two just like go on an astral trip and go get a hotel in the cosmos or something? I mean, clearly this love rendezvous is not going to happen. I mean, whoever fell in love at the dollar store?
Challenge. It's a 1-week challenge.
I like it, actually. I mean, if you're buying cookie ingredients, I was thinking, like, well, why not, like, big marshmallows as part of the...
Correct. They have marshmallows.
Yeah, I put something like that in it. I don't know if the dollar store has.
I got a better challenge for you, Joanna. Go to a gym for a week.
Who?
Go to a gym. Yeah. It's not a guy. It's called a gymnasium. It's not a man.
I'm a trainer at my gym, Sarah.
Oh, I see.
I already look perfect.
Mazel
tov.
Tov.
Mess like John Klugman's son? What? I'm kidding.
John Klugman's son, David.
If I wish I
Joanna, do you have any romance love relationship advice for Ishmael, because he's going through an issue with his girlfriend? He's unsure of himself. He doesn't know if he really loves her.
Oh, please let me help.
He just did a psychic reading, so he's very supple right now.
There's only one way of truly knowing whether you love a woman or not, Ishmael.
Rocha?
Yeah. Are you there? Yeah, what's the way? Here's the only way. You gotta be able to fuck her in the ass and enjoy it.
Oh, God. I'm in touch. Okay, you're too good for any girl. I'm looking at you right now. You're perfect. You're amazing.
See, that's what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Is that too much to ask?
No, that little cute bot is so cute. My son has that little bot. I kiss it all the time, except now because he's big, he won't let me. You are very loved by your parents and grandparents. You come from a high crest. You don't need these skanks. Now, we got to find you an educated, lovely woman.
Yeah, no skanks.
Yeah, no, this kid is highly educated, I think. And he eats well. If you look at his Instagram, you can see he's adorable.
Yeah, you deserve a fresh punani. Nothing used.
Yeah, where can we get you an Upper West Side girl? Where do you live?
I live in Maine.
Oh, my God, this is your girlfriend, though? I like her with the teeth.
With the teeth?
Perfect teeth, girl.
Yeah, sure, teeth. She's got nice teeth.
Redhead, you love her? Is this the girl you love?
Well, she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, okay, that's hurtful. It's hurtful. Now look at you, you're a really are almost like movie star material, or I don't know. Look at this. You're so cute. Let me keep going. I love you. You could be like my child. You have beautiful eyes. Why don't you go to Israel and meet an Israeli girl?
See, there you go. There it is.
Like an Israeli girl, they cook, they chop salads.
That sounds amazing. I'll tell you.
And if you want all of that, but a virgin, go to Mexico.
Well, Ishmael, imagine if you took...
If you want all of that, but a boy, I'd go to Thailand.
Just imagine if you took your girlfriend to Israel. Do you think she would still be a bitch on vacation? If the answer to that question is yes, go to Israel by yourself.
You were not raised in Maine.
That's correct.
Okay, don't tell me anything else. Okay, you have the most beautiful eyes. You actually look very much like my brother, David. What do you guys think? This guy, I feel bad if this girl was mean to you.
I don't know if she's mean. She's just like a generalized bitch, like an angry, nasty kind of like bitch. You know, those exist. But the point is, how do you de-bitchify a bitch? I don't think it can be done. And like Hermes said, if you don't enjoy fucking her in the ass, well then, you know.
No, Lamar, maybe you didn't answer the question. Like, the question was, is this the woman you love? And his answer was, she's a bitch. But he still didn't answer the question.
You might love her. Okay, I think you're too soft. Do you do like Hermes? You throw a girl down and say, bitch, do what I say. You gotta have some aggression. That's one. Oh, no. This one could be in The Sopranos. Well, if you love her, you could always find a way to work it out.
Yeah, see, that's what I say is like never, you don't know what you have until you lose it. And when you lose it and you get it back, it's never the same. So you have to just nurture it, feed it, you know, enjoy it. You know, it's all about your rectification. Like a woman is fixed through a man because a woman comes out of a man. So you have to know that it's not a her problem, Ishmael. It's always going to be a you problem because you're the prima causa. You're the source generator. Her joy she can't create the joy. You create the fucking joy, and then you infect her with your joy, and there's no other reversal to that. I guarantee it. Her joy comes from your joy. You have to create love. You have to be lovable, and she will become lovable.
Thank you, love. Give us an example of when she's been a bitch. You said this, and then she said what? Give us an example of her.
I say, I love you.
Yes.
And she says, yeah, I got it.
That's passive aggressive, right?
No, that's pretty.
It's just bitch.
It's like it's a prohibitionary.
Dude, you need to get rid of that like right away.
Yeah. Well,
I just was saying, like, some people don't like to throw the love bomb, right? Because it is a love bomb.
No, there's something confusing there. Why would she say I got it?
Wait, hold on a second. Hermes said you need to get rid of that real quick. Hold on, Ishmael. First of all, you can't actually get rid of her because you don't own her. You're not married to her. She's a girl you fuck. And she has every right in the world to say, go fuck off. Until that ring is on that finger.
Well, we live together.
Well, that's the thing is you guys have conflict. But the point is, she's gaslighting you. She's trolling you when she says that. And if the fact of the matter is, life is a clown house room. Just view this shit as a game, and when next time you communicate with her, just know that you are in a clown house room with her, and she's gaming you, dude, and you're falling for it.
I'm just wondering, did the lady you got the read from, did you ask her about that, or did she mention?
I'm a psychic. Okay, I'm a known psychic.
Joanna is already a better psychic than the lady who I was on the phone with told me very, very generic stuff, and it was... perhaps I did not pay attention to her reading because the entire time I was listening to her reading, all I was thinking was her strategy as an over-the-phone
this is what I was doing for you. Because this girl doesn't feel that you love her. That's why she goes, yeah, I got it. Okay?
Put a ring on it.
It doesn't matter. She doesn't feel validated by you. I would go to your nearest, crystal shop and get one of these, floaty little crystal Wiccan girls. They're very gentle.
You know, Joanna's right. I gotta agree with Joanna on everything she's saying to you. Like, whatever Joanna says to do, I would just do it and then see how the experiment turns out. And I guarantee you, like, do you get your girlfriend flowers on Shabbos? Or, like, a rose even?
No, he needs one of these gentle, you know, these new Wiccan girls, or what are they called? They're into crystal.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, Ishmael. Is like, try to go more esoteric and spiritual with her.
Hippie girls. This girl is too high maintenance. If you say I love you, she's going to be like, yeah, right.
You got a Kabbalah that ass, bro. I'm telling you, she may not want to be Jewish, but she might be interested in Kabbalah, which is essentially esoteric, you know, psychology. So if you get spiritual with her, it might enhance your relationship. That might be what you're missing is God in your relationship.
Now, I would say, why are you saying you? Oh yeah, I got it. Ask her, why would you say that? Why is that?
No, Joanna, the problem is questions. Right. He needs experimentation. No more questions. No more words. He's not fucking Shakespeare. He wants to get in that ass.
No, she doesn't feel loved by him. There's something that just keeps going and going. It's a nonstop nagging problem between the two of them. And neither one will budge.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be the one to budge, but it's not a real budge. He thinks it's like lowering himself or something. Psychologically, he wants to have the hand. The truth is he doesn't know about the hidden hand.
Okay, a man needs to feel a little bit above the woman. That's the way God made it, Hashem. So maybe she's not the type to submit.
Joanna, do you believe in intermarriage? What's your opinion on intermarriage?
No.
You don't support it?
Interfaith?
Interfaith marriage.
Why would you? Don't you want to have things? Yeah.
No, you need a good woman that's not different than
you. Well, there's unifying factors that can be, you know, there's unifying factors, and really it's attraction. And intelligence. It's really intelligence for the most part, because if you're getting angry and you're basically not reciprocating, like if you say I love you and she says yeah good, thanks for that bullshit, like that's not reciprocation, that's not respect. But at the same time, you have to be smarter. Like I'm telling you, the universe is gaslighting you in the most subtle of ways. And when I say universe, I mean, you know, your puta. So you have to essentially it's all about anger management, and you have to create equilibrium all the time, Ishmael. I hate to tell you this. A woman is flaring like a gaslighter. Your equilibrium brings her back down to the horizon of normality, and you have to be the fucking silverback, dude, all the time. You don't move. You know, you see what I'm saying? She's high energy, but you have to be the sitting Buddha. And by being the sitting Buddha, you transform her psychology. Have you ever done breathing meditation exercises with her? Have you ever gone to yoga classes with her? I mean, like, and doing it regularly, constantly getting in a groove with somebody? You know, you're not in if you're not happy, then you're not in a groove. You're not dancing with her. I mean,
we go to yoga, but she doesn't like it when I put my mat next to hers.
So what?
Dude, you got to get rid of that right away. Let me tell you something. A good Buddha is a Buddha that's gonna do exactly what you want.
No.
And she's gonna want to make you happy.
No. Hermes, you cannot tell him to get rid of something when he has no backup. If you're gonna get rid of something, you better have a strong backup. You better have your B team ready to play, because, bro, if you're going to give up something that you already have, you know, the expression is, you know, two hens and a hand in a bush, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Do not give up what you got until you know, like, you got something else. And then even then, it'll take you a long time to create that mind connect with her. See, your dysfunctional mind connect with her sucks, but that's still a you problem. I don't believe that you're doing any real work to fix yourself, and you want her to fix her bitch ass self. What are you really doing to fix yourself? I mean, I'm not saying you need to fix yourself, but I'm just saying that, like, still, I mean, how much information are you putting into yourself, you know? Because I put a lot of drugs and a lot of information into myself. And, you know, when I go to the bar and I talk to a beautiful woman at the bar, it's a pretty coherent clown house conversation. And she's like, wow, like, you're pretty smart. Like, but I'm still not getting laid, and you're getting laid. I'm telling you, don't give up what you got unless even if you go to Israel, you could probably kiss that relationship goodbye. Truth be told.
Ishmael, this is what you need to do to get any woman on the planet. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's reality. Go get rich. Become a millionaire, even a billionaire if you can. You will have any woman you want.
Ishmael, that is not the kind of woman you want. You see the double bind? You're in a double bind no matter what, whether you're rich with an artificial bitch or you're poor with a real bitch. You see what I'm saying? You're in a double bind. The point is, Hermes is...
You should have said poor with a real whore.
Poor with a real whore. The point is, Hermes' perspective is the inferior position because it doesn't... You get money through God. You don't get pussy through money. So go for God, whether it's privately or publicly, but either way, you have to study psychology, aka the science of God. If you do that, you will be so much happier. This bitch will be so much happier. And whether or not you stay together or you separate, it really doesn't make a difference because your journey is always going to be your journey. You might be holding hands with somebody else on their journey, but you have your own journey of rectification, of intelligence gathering, of success. Hermes is not wrong, but you will gather money by going down the journey of good.
Let me tell you this. You heard Love Art, right? He goes to the bar. Still doesn't get the pussy. I get the pussy. Very well. I guess,
Hermes is so funny because he's not wrong, but the fact of the matter is, Ishmael, like, I was at the bar Friday night and I said to this beautiful woman, I was like, can I ask you a question? And she said, sure. I said, are you happy? Because that's like the ultimate question, and it's not a we question, Ishmael, it's a you question. So you have to answer that question and be really honest with yourself. And if you're not happy, tell your woman and see how it changes the relationship. And it's not like a soy boy thing to say, hey, I'm depressed, I'm not happy. But the thing is, you're still not doing the educational component to rectify the unhappiness. Study the Bible, for God's sake. Study Marcus Aurelius. Study tarot. Study C.G. Jung. Get more books, build yourself a little library, and your health and your happiness will increase with the abundance of books. It's a fact. You are in an information deficit, young man. I'm telling you, you can find love in a book quicker than you can find love in an uneducated young woman. That's a fact. And, you have to be the bearer of light. You have to be the hermit. I know you weren't here for the tarot reading about the hermit, but, you have to be the bearer of light, carrying the sun. That is not a woman. The hermit is a man. So, in closing, this has been a Tarot Art House production with your friend loveartjoy.com. Joanna Ishmael Hermes, thank you for being here. Any final closing comments before I read to you one more powerful tarot hypnosis?
Yeah, just go make double the money you're making right now, and you're going to be fine.
But don't read any books, Ishmael. Don't bother reading anything good. No need to gather new information or psychological insights. Just make money and everything will be great, right?
I don't see the advice as contradictory.
No, I know I'm being facetious. But you don't understand why I'm being facetious, because on the dollars are all the secret hieroglyphs and symbols that you don't know anything about. So and it's all about God. So if you study God, you'll be studying money. You see the connection now between your dollar and your Federal Reserve notes, aka your Freemasonic symbols and ancient archaeology and art of the Egyptians?
You're absolutely right. Remember, on the dollar bill, we have the pyramid, right? And the all-seeing eye.
And Latin.
Right. It's a coincidence.
Yeah. So if you want to make more money, you got to get more God. You have to get the books. You can be an academic. You don't need to partake in any kind of brotherhood or organization. But just putting the information in your mind, honest to God, will make you more intelligent, and thus people who do have money will give you the money. Okay, any other final closing comments before I read this last tarot, and then I'm going to sign out of here and go paint my coach house.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is called the Magus of Power. So take the deepest breath of the day. This is your true psychic reading. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. The Magus of Power! Planetary trump of Mercury. Original design, a fair youth with winged helmet and heels, equipped as a magician, displays his art. His attitude suggests the shape of the swastika, or thunderbolt, the message of God. Hebrew letter, Beth, house. Ishmael, what's your mom's name?
Andrea.
Oh, wow. Tree of Life, path 12, joining Kether, crown to Bina, understanding. So this is the connection between the crown of understanding, or understanding the crown. Colors are yellow, purple, gray, and indigo, rayed violet. The true self is the meaning of the true will. Know thyself through thy way. Calculate well the formula of thy way. Create freely, absorb joyously, divide intently, consolidate completely. Work thou, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, in and for eternity. I have had a wrapper for the catalog made by the Sun Engraving Company. This will be beautifully printed with the magician reproduced perfectly as a card, the right size and engraved on it. Harris to Crowley, 1941. Before I discuss the symbolism of the Magus card, I have to set to rest the absurd rumor that Crowley intended there to be 3 Magus cards in the Thoth Tarot. By no stretch of imagination did Crowley intend to create 24 trumps or an 80-card tarot deck. Any theory or suggestion to the contrary would have him spinning in his grave if he had one, and displays a profound ignorance of Crowley and the Book of Thoth. Crowley approved only 1 Magus card for inclusion in the Thoth Tarot. It is the image reproduced in the Book of Thoth, and is the only Magus in the deck currently included in decks published by U.S. Game Systems Incorporated. The mystery of the 3 Magi of the Thoth Tarot is no mystery at all. The 78 cards of a standard tarot deck are printed on 4 sheets of 20 cards per sheet. This provides room for 80 card size images per print run. Most publishers fill the extra spaces by printing 2 instructional or promotional cards. Rather than doing this, the Swiss publishers A.G. Mueller decided to treat Crowley Harris aficionados to a little bonus by filling the extra spaces with 2 earlier versions of the Magus that Harris completed but Crowley rejected. The 2 extra Magi are nothing more esoteric than a thoughtful bonus from a generous publisher. So please, no more talk of the 3 wise men. The Magus is not only the title of the mercurial trump that in older decks bears the magician or juggler. It is also a title of the second highest level of spiritual illumination a human soul can attain. Toward the end of his life, Crowley calculated he reached this initiatory degree on his 40th birthday, October 12, 1915, 6 years previously, on December 17, 1909, in the North African Sahara near Biskra, Algeria. He recorded his ceremonially induced vision of the third Enochian ether. That is the source of much of the imagery found in the Magus card. He describes it as following. Mercury is preeminently the bearer of the wand, energy sent forth. This card therefore represents the wisdom, the will, the word, the logos, by whom the worlds were created. It represents the will. In brief, he is the Son, the manifestation in act of the idea of the Father. He is the male correlative of the High Priestess. The Magus is also the first of the alchemical trumps, and represents the alchemical element and principle of Mercury. Mercury, Crowley explains, represents actions in all forms and phases. His is the fluidic basis of all transmission of activity, and on the dynamic theory of the universe. He is himself the substance thereof. The figure of the Magus actually forms the alchemical glyph of Mercury. The two snakes at his head are the horns of the huge stylized wings at his feet make the arrowhead. He is projected upon the caduceus of Nancy Pelosi's Mercury. Behind the left wing at his feet, barely visible, is a golden sunburst affirming Mercury's role as herald of the sun. Behind the right wing is the Cynocephalus, the ape of Thoth, aka Ishmael the Gorilla. This creature, who seems to be groping its way up from the lower right-hand corner of the card, is the personification of an ironic curse that afflicts Thoth Mercury and all who attain the grade of Magus. Isn't it amazing that, like, you are literally Hermes and Thoth Gorilla, and Love is like the Magus reading about the Magus? This is just the synchronicity of this room right now with the three of us is hilarious. It's unbelievable. It's like unfathomable, but the odds of it happening are very rare. This creature, who seems to be groping its way up from the right-hand corner of the card, is the personification of an ironic curse that afflicts Thoth Mercury and all who attain the grade of Magus. Because falsehood and misunderstanding are inherent in all speech and writing, it is the cosmic duty of the ape of Thoth to constantly mock the work of the Magus and distort his words. As Curly points out, manifestation implies illusion. The traditional weapons of the Magus are the wand, cup, sword, and disc. With the wand, Crowley observes, createth he. With the cup, preserveth he. With the dagger, destroyeth he. With the coin, redeemeth he. These are the weapons the Magus joyfully juggles in midair, along with 4 additional symbols: the style, papyrus, torch, and winged egg. The wand is the phoenix wand that symbolizes resurrection through the natural generative process. The cup is of Grecian style with 2 handles. The sword appears to be a stiletto, the weapon of stealth, deceit, and vengeance. The disc displays the 8-fold star of Mercury. Style and papyrus are tools and instruments of the scribe. The winged egg is an especially important factor in the evolving symbolism of the Thoth Tarot. In this card, it aptly represents the pre-existent zero, which, like the Magus himself, is the source of all positive manifestation. But it will soon reappear in Atu 6, the lovers, and other trumps, as the symbol known as the Orphic egg. As the trumps develop, this egg will undergo a most wonderful alchemical adventure, one that is told only in the Thoth Tarot. Other elements of the card are at first difficult to see. If we look carefully, we see that the caduceus is much larger than it first appears. Its rod reaches below the feet of the Magus to the very bottom of the card, where by virtue of its upward thrust, it appears to have stretched and finally penetrated the membrane of space. The wings of the caduceus span the entire width of the top of the card and reach down behind the neck of the Magus. What appears to be a downward pointing arrow in the disc of the caduceus is actually the symbol of the descending dove. So that's the holy aviary, a dove. Love. Love dove. Dove love. So thank you for this syncretic moment. And I like that, what's her name? What was that woman's name? I can't remember her name right now. But she has in her profile syncretist. And I have heard in tarot that tarot creates syncretic moments. So thank you for being here for this syncretism. Any final comments, questions, thoughts, ideas, or opinions before we shut down the tarot?
It was great. Thank you.
Okay, can I get a Raboina Shaloloim?
Raboina Shaloloim. Raboina Shaloloim.
Raboina Shaloloim. This is Little Larry David broadcasting live out of Chicago. I'm going to play for you the Shema. That's right, say it out loud. She and Ma. And then
Ma with the little chorizo.
See. Hermes, I really do like your analogy of, like, how do you know if you really love a girl? It's like, oh, when you fuck her in the ass, you really love her. I was like, God damn, that's a good dipstick test. I gotta agree. I've known some beautiful girls that I was in love with, and I respected them and loved them so much I never fucked them in the ass. But I should have.
Wow. That's the measurement. If you're able to do it and enjoy it, she's the one.
I should have done it to all of them. Never should have let them get away. Dominate. Control. Fuck her in the ass. Sounds terrible, but if you're an actual silverback and you really want to rule your tribe or your empire, you know, with actual real efficiency, like, unfortunately, fear is one of those horrible things that a silverback does, but it's all just threats. It's all empty violence. It's paper tigers. It's just communication. It's thought magic. I'm a Temu billionaire.
Hola, ¿quieres un regalo? Yo soy misionera de la Iglesia de Jesucristo de los Santos de los Últimos Días. Y tengo el libro de Mormón. Este libro habla...
That is the hottest fucking Mormon I've ever seen in my life. I gotta get myself a dark-haired, Spanish beauty. I mean, really any.
There you go. Yeah. She will cook for you. She will clean for you.
There's a Colombian restaurant near me, and every time I go in there, I'm always looking around to see like who the hottest chick is. And holy shit, I've seen some. They're like supermodels. It's that thick, dark black hair, perfect skin, nice figure. It's like, wow. It's like, ooh. I mean, I think a dark-haired beauty, really pretty face, great skin, everything, the whole package is like far more beautiful than a blonde, because these blondes, their skins are fucked. They're all filled up with shit. It's just like that. And the thing is, it's like indigenous beauty, but with lighter skin. And I'm not saying like skin tone makes a difference in terms of attraction, but it's a very striking image seeing that like white chalky face with the thick dark or black hair. That contrast is just like powerful.
Are you on Medicare? If so, you'll want to hear this. Devoted Health's Medicare Advantage plans are... La, 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 la,